Okay, so episode 1 just aired of the TV show I've been really excited for, Guillermo del Toro's The Strain, and well, this is like a review and discussion, but to kind of hook those who haven't watched it, who are wondering maybe what it's about, basically if you want to see real vampires that don't sparkle in the sunlight or are male models, yeah, this is pretty much the show for you. Even if you are into the male model vampires, just watch this show anyway, and we'll show you what a real man is. Alright, so, Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan's The Strain. Okay, so The Strain, for those of you who don't know, is based off a trilogy of books. It happens to be, at least right now, my current favorite trilogy of books I've ever read. And so they made a TV show on it. There's a long history, you can look all that up there. But basically, it's about the CDC and one of their guys named Ephraim, played by Corey Stoll, who was in Nonstop, and he was really cool in Nonstop, and I really liked him, so I was really glad he was playing F, because F has to have a very particular personality that sort of has that friendly, relatable everyman kind of personality of a guy who's just struggling, but it's not quite enough. You know, he's working his butt off, but it's just right there. And he pulls it off perfectly, I tell ya. Like, his introductory scene is great. They do take some creative liberties. This is the first episode, so I'm gonna break down the episode with a little bit of spoilers, so fair warning, and then a little bit of discussion after. But I will let you know, since I've read the books, I know what happens. I'm not exactly going to be like my Breaking Bad discussions and say, I think this is what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna kind of discuss things about the episode. You know what I mean? Alright, cool. I loved the hell out of this first episode. This first episode is spectacular. I mean, it is a cinematic experience. You could honestly put this in the movie theater right now if it had more of a cohesive ending, and it honestly would stand as a dramatic medical film. And that is something that is so hard to say about a lot of things, especially in television. Most movies these days, I've had such a sour patch of movies that seeing this is just like a relief. You're just like, this is amazing. It's seriously, every shot is perfect. Guillermo del Toro actually directed this episode. I don't know the name of the episode, so I'm not going to say which episode it is. But it is directed by Guillermo del Toro, and you can kind of tell he's got some of those Pacific Rim lighting going on here, and I really like it. The tonality of this is the real world with this fantastic thing around it, but it's just so sinister. Remember that spot in Alien, my personal favorite spot in Alien, when they land on the planet and they discover the derelict spacecraft, and they're first going in and exploring it, and that sense of dread and mystery? That's how this whole episode feels. And you just love it, because what happens is the 7 airplane lands in the JFK airport. All the windows except for one are closed out. The engine is dead cold, and every passenger on it is dead. But it somehow landed and taxied. How is that? Well, we need to find out, especially Mr. Ephraim. He's got to go and figure this out. And, you know, the cast they got for this, when you look at the cast, it is a spectacular cast. I mean, we have Corey Stoll, whom he's known for House of Cards. I haven't watched it. I will get to it eventually. But I know him as the New York cop in Nonstop. And it also has Sam. What would I do without you, Sam? Yeah, it's got Sam from Lord of the Rings. And it's just got a lot of the cast like that, where I don't know his name. He's Mr. Filch in Harry Potter. That guy, I actually love that guy. You know, he was in Broadchurch in Adventure in Space and Time, for all you Doctor Who fans. He was in Harry Potter, and now he's in The Strain, which was originally going to be John Hurt as Satrakian. And at first I was like, oh man, why'd they replace John Hurt? And I'm assuming it's scheduling conflict, whatever. But this guy as Satrakian just kills it. Oh, he's amazing, and I love this guy now. I am a fan. I am a solid fan. Personally, I think what they're going to do, because they did take some creative liberties, is they're going to kind of flesh out every character, and I have seen in the trailers they're bringing in a character named Vasily Fett. For those of you who are watching the show but haven't read the books, Vasily Fett is essentially like the Han Solo of the series, in my personal opinion. For all you Star Wars fans as well. He's like that guy, and I think so what they're going to do is take elements from all of the books, set events in motion in Season 1, but still follow the story arc. So you know what I mean? Like set up like a universe, like we're going to have a Vasily Fett story, we're going to have an F story, we're going to have a Satrakian story. Obviously those ones are going to converge much quicker because they already kind of have. And I think all of these stories are going to converge into one that then will hopefully, if all of you watch it, or all of you curious watch it, will branch into Season 2, and, well, you know, I won't spoil anything. So I think we're going to get some differences in the story, and I really think we're going to get at least a couple episodes of Fett in there, which I'm really excited for. And I also saw some clips, for those of you who watched it, of those guys, those soldier, vampire-looking guys. You can mute for about 10 seconds, except for the people who read the book. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I think those obviously are the other factions. I think that's also what I mean about storylines converging, is that that's actually one of the other factions, and we're going to see that story much sooner in the season to kind of set this big epic in motion. Alright, all of you who have not read the books, it's okay to turn back on your sound. So it's safe to say I loved this episode. I honestly did. I really think everyone brought their A game. This is the definition of good television. It was creepy. I don't think I've ever been, since I was a little kid watching Goosebumps, been creeped out as like by television shows. So they set the tonality perfect. And honestly, Walking Dead needs to take some notes from this so far. This, I think, needs to be the new show. You know, Sons of Anarchy is ending. Breaking Bad is over. Firefly still isn't back. Yeah, I'm still, like, butthurt about that. There's just all these shows that are either ending or kind of wearing thin. I'm looking at you, Walking Dead. Sorry for all of you Walking Dead fans, but that's a story for another day. I'm rambling. Basically, all of this is a show that could be the next big thing. And I think it solidly could. I love the books, and I was so excited to see that the television show was going to happen because it's such a great story, and I really hope that we get to realize it to its fullest potential. I mean, I don't know the budget of this show, but it honestly looks like movie budget. So, yeah, this is a show to watch. So, please, I insist, if you have stayed through this whole thing and been like, I wanted to know what this is about, watch the show. If you have watched this episode and you're like, I don't know what to think, keep watching, because seriously, it gets ridiculous in a crazy and big bad way. And if you watch this episode, said I'm hooked, keep watching, obviously, and I will keep the videos coming, just so you guys know. So please like and subscribe. I want to do this every time that an episode comes out. And seriously, fans of the books, did you guys like it? I loved it. My girlfriend loved it. She was like, this is awesome. She was on the edge of her seat. We were both sitting in our chairs watching it going, and I know what's going to happen. That's the best part. That's the compliment I gotta give. I know what's going to happen. I have read the comic book, and I have read the book, and I'm still sitting there going, it's just amazing that way. So seriously, guys, this is the show I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. I'm going to keep the videos coming, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys.